I've enjoyed the dairy industry. Probably one of the things that I've enjoyed most is getting involved in companies where there's, they've got a really key strategic advantage. Taking an opportunity, building the team, and growing that business to success. I've done that before in a number of companies, and certainly, the potential that I see in Wattle Health, is pretty exciting. I was involved in the start-up of the Bellamy's business, and of course they're an organic company, so that brought all of the challenges of bringing together a supply chain around organic ingredients, the manufacturing of that in an organic way, and through to one of the first organic infant formulas in the market. These things do take time, but of course Bellamy's became a really successful brand. I've also done a similar thing with a company in New Zealand called Synlait. Jeff Babbage from the A2 Milk Company came and visited us and wanted us to start A2 infant formula out of Synlait. So we had one dedicated A2 farm at the time, and started to segregate that A2 milk and produce a unique infant formula for them. And of course we've seen what's happened with the A2 business subsequently. So I'm pretty confident we're going to get there with Wattle Health. Our vision is to become Australia's leading organic dairy company. Wattle Health, with their relationship with the organic dairy farmers, provides that really nice strategic advantage in having, an ongoing supply of organic milk. That for me is, exciting, and building a business off the back of that foundation is really what attracted me to Wattle Health.
Organic Dairy Farmers is the biggest organic dairy pool in Australia, and we've been around for quite some time. Our members have become the most experienced organic dairy practitioners in Australasia, and they provide some of the best organic milk that you'll get in the country. The expectation is that we provide milk for Cryo Bay Dairy Group up to 60 million litres in the next 3 to 4 years. Our farmers are so excited by the oncoming dryer. They've been waiting for a year or so since the suppliers agreements have been signed.
As part of that joint venture, we're building a spray dryer in Geelong. It's essentially going to be a dedicated organic spray dryer to allow us to process that organic milk from organic dairy farmers. It's actually located right next to the organic dairy farmers facility, and we expect to see milk run through the plant in June. We've hired a couple of people who've been working in companies like Fonterra, Murray Goulburn, Bega, the A2 Milk Company. We've just hired the #1 operations manager, in my opinion, in Australasia for infant formula. These are our technical experts. They've been manufacturing infant formula for the last 15 years, these guys. They know how to actually run a facility like that. I've gone out and handpicked those people. So I know their capability. They've done it before, and we're building a first-class team. The founders of the company have got the basis of the business right in terms of owning the supply chain, and we're in the process of course, purchasing Blender Pack as part of that. Blender Pack is Australia's largest independent canning facility. It is a profitable business and has remained profitable actually all through the changes that we've seen in the China regulations over the last 10 years or so. It produces around about 25% of all canned infant formula products in Australia, which is significantly more than all the other 13 or so facilities that have been registered by the China government for production in the China market. Blend & Pack's registration with the Chinese regulators happened back in 2014, and really importantly they've just had their registration renewed at the start of January last year for another 4 years. So it's one of the only facilities that's had that extension by another 4 years. We're really excited to have the opportunity to purchase that facility. That really finishes our complete supply chain integrity, and it gives us again that assurance that we're handling the manufacturing of infant formula from the time the milk comes into our hands all the way through to the time we package it into the final retail product and can deliver it with confidence. So having this complete supply chain integrity we're seeing more and more how important that is to our customers, whether that's China, and China are now absolutely saying, if you don't control your supply chain, we won't be importing your products into the market. And certainly inside China, they're doing that with all of the infant formula companies. If you don't have spray drying and canning as part of your business and you don't own those, well, you don't own the quality control. We're pretty excited by sales and distribution partnerships we're setting up. And of course, we've signed a 10-year agreement just recently with the Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse being the #1 outlet for infant formula in Australia. So that 10-year agreement is going to allow us to put Wattle's brand Organic front and centre of the infant formula space in Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse, they see some real excitement in the Wattle brand Organic. Now, what their commitment to us is that they will range our brand and have it sitting at eye level right next to some of the other key infant formula brands. That's a great way for us to get the brand out into the market. And certainly when Chinese consumers and the Chinese Daigou look at brands in Australia, they look to the Chemist Warehouse for infant formula and nutritional supplements. And Chemist Warehouse have also committed to any new products that we're developing over the next little while, again to go front and centre in their stores. So that's why the Chemist Warehouse deal for us is so important and so fundamental in terms of starting off that brand. The other distribution partner of note is a JV that we've set up with a company called Norwich Shanghai Fine Foods Limited. It can't be underestimated that if you want to enter into the China market these days, you really do need to have the right kind of relationship. Norwich is 40% owned by a Beijing-based state-owned enterprise called China Animal Husbandry Group. They're really one of only 2 Beijing-based state-owned enterprises that has agricultural and food responsibility. They give us a certain degree of confidence around air cover in China because of their relationships in Beijing. Wattle Health will have product in the domestic market through our partnership with Chemist Warehouse. We'll also be manufacturing base powder out of the Cryo dairy facility. Some of that base powder will be going to third parties as organic milk powders or organic infant formula base powders. So that's a great revenue stream for us to have. So we've got a team now that's starting to look at opportunities in other parts of Southeast Asia and the Middle East. So we've got some key distribution partners that we're looking to sign up in the near future for those markets. And we're also, of course, building our relationship with Norwich Shanghai, and we should have some products not only in the China market by then, but also running through the cross-border trade to the team. Really excited, looking forward to getting going.